18, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 30, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So about when you're bending, press down on it. 12, 13. Look. It's heavy. It's not, guys, go 5. What did not go up to? Move back, move back.
That's remove. Okay. Oh, and now.
Huh? 10, Abby. Hey. Around here. It doesn't like here we go sleep, and here we go end. But we'll still do cardio squats and I'll show you. So there's the squats, and then the drive through squats.
How many reps?
10. That's like 10. I made a video yesterday and I called it dopamine correction because there's this idea that you need to detox your dopamine, and it makes you feel like dopamine is this bad thing, but you need dopamine to be effective. It helps you to start processes and all. But the thing is that of recent times, people's dopamine, humans are has been actually fucked. So there's a period where the topic of dopamine detox was trending, making it sound like dopamine is a bad thing. But instead, I say people should aim for healthy dopamine levels, not hyped dopamine levels. So there's a very big difference. I made a video yesterday, which I think it should be on my channel by now. It should be called "Fix Your Dopamine." Fix your dopamine, not destroy it. Oh, not or don't detox something. Yeah, so I believe it should be on my channel or something though. So at least now I've done 3 days of making one long form video, at least one short form video. And I'm actually embracing this fact because I believe I was doing this for about 3 months before I switch over to knowing exactly what's going to work for me. So the entire idea is I see content to be the future. And it's the future. I can't treat it like the way some people treat content like it's a thing that you bulk create, you know? The thing that you create, rather that gets created almost every single day. Because even with the volume of content I'm creating, I don't think I like to call myself a content creator. I just see myself as somebody who just likes to create. So I'm taking ideas, I'm playing with the ideas in my head, finding out the connection. Oh man, I made 2 short form videos today. And I made part of another I made part of no, I made part of a short form video and I made 2 short form videos at the gym. So hopefully you might see it. So like I said, even till now, I will not call myself a content creator. I just feel like I'm somebody who likes to create. And like I said one of my again, it's the future. Not the way we used to have like startup teams with 3 people, the exact same way I'm doing my content stuff. Actively, it's basically the same thing. So bring a couple of people, like-minded people together for the sake of creating content. Because if I'm to start to repurpose my content that I have shot in the past until this date, it's pretty guaranteed that if I'm posting 2 or 3 a week, I should have enough for the entire year. But nope, the whole idea of me creating is not just to get famous, it's for me to become very good at playing with my ideas. It's like I want to become like it's not just an Eminem of content. The whole idea is I take one word, I get one word, and able to like play around with it and all. At the same time, seeing how much value I can create or how many people I can impact. So I would say thanks to the way Danko puts it. So thanks to the way Danko puts it, it's getting clearer by the day. But as at the point of making this video, it's still not clear. It feels like I'm doing like a shit ton of rubbish. It feels confusing, but as time goes on, even when it comes to like bringing my highlights together, But the major thing about shooting this thing, right? The major problem we face into shooting this thing is not even the shooting, it is the storage. Because averagely on a day, I have about 60 gigabytes of content. Average. Some days I've gone up to 120 gig. Mind you, I don't shoot on 4K. I don't shoot on 4K. So I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is going to happen and how it's going to be. So I'm not saying this out there because at the moment, I feel like 6 months into this journey, somebody will look back and ask, how did I do it? I mean, I feel like I have ideas in my head. I am just doing it. I'm just executing. And if you've been with me for a while, you should know that I said it over and over again. The slogan from Nike that says "Just do it" is not a marketing slogan. It is a philosophy that that is, when I said they, I mean Nike, and it's what they live by, it's what they practice. That if you have ideas and you just do it, at some point you'll figure it out. If you just do it, I think, yeah, yep. So yeah, that's I think. So at the gym today, right? This lady that like five guys came to meet, and I'm like, bro, you guys calm down now. It's like, yeah, she's very attractive, yeah. And trust me, I saw when she walked into their gym. When she came into the gym originally, I would say I would have rated her a 5/10. But now she's looking good, 7, 6, 7/10. And now all of a sudden, like, I love guys. I'm on the P. No, it's alright. And so that proves to me that because I made a video recently about how guys, like a way for guys to see this dating. Okay, I can see some caps. How guys should look at this whole dating P. That it should be simple. Attract as many as you can, and date only the ones that you like. And from there, your dating equation is fixed. So in her case, she became more attractive, and she increased the number of people that she's attracted. Yeah. Morning, morning. Let me check the facts. I came across to check a couple of cards. So I didn't say anyone I like about. Okay, so I, it's basically working for her. But a lot of guys, they will not want to increase. One, a lot of guys go after women that don't even want them in the first place. And whenever they say chase women, right, they keep chasing the wrong kind of women. They keep chasing the women that are not attracted to them. And I always say that is a losing battle. Even though you are a billionaire, trust me, you're being timed. So, it's a guy, see it this way. The more you improve yourself, the more attractive you become. The more attractive you become, the more women you get. So now you have to pick the ones you want from the ones you have attracted. Not trying to turn a lady who's not attracted to you and make her attracted to you. It's like I said, a losing battle. But I really wish a lot of guys can get more of it and then see that they should go after people who are already in line with them. I think this mic is a split up a bad choice for. But this mic, mind you, I tell you that I tested this mic magically and the Bluetooth button works. I was completely marveled on how crazy, and I was like, wow. Tap the button here, and I pause the camera from a distance, so I no longer need to like get up to do that. So I'm going back to the office now. I quickly have to like draft. I have to draft some documents for enterprise sales. Then I have some videos going out that I try to tell stories. Apparently, turns out that my video editor, which is still he's still kind of like figuring things out. He's a young guy. He didn't give the story the way I wanted the story to be told, to be given. So which is an issue, and then I would have to go and resolve that. Hold on. I think I want to quickly catch up with somebody. See you soon. Good morning, everyone. Because I believe that in some time to come now, the team is going to expand. And if the team is expanding and we don't have that active culture of putting things in place, it's going to be okay. Oh, I left it like that because let's what's that word? Let's try to be as structured as possible. I'm seeing a lot of content here. When I look at the deadline, it doesn't feel like it's organized. It just feels like you dumped a lot of ideas in the deadline space, waiting for me to help you rearrange them or something.
Okay, so I'll rearrange them.
All right. I'm saying deadlines for Saturdays. Who would do that one? I'm saying some deadlines on Saturdays. Who would? Sorry.
The ones that the deadline is Saturday, it does not mean that you work on it on Saturday. It just means that because it's something that will go out on a Monday, it's
Then
supposed
the
to be
deadline should be Friday.
okay, sir.
Yeah, I believe the deadline should be Friday. I mean, and I believe that the stuff it should have been reviewed before that. Am I making sense? Yes, it means that it should have been reviewed. You should have mentioned Anthony's name in it and all that.
So those numbers are what we'll be monitoring in our meeting. So when we come, we'll know that okay, this is our throughput per week, or this is how we are pushing, or this is our database currently. This is where we stand. Do you understand? I don't know how to measure engagement yet, so I'll still look at that before when we can find the metric to measure engagement, we'll put that in. But for now, that can be out. So every time we have a meeting, the reports and the agenda should be filled. The agenda can come from anybody in the team. That's something somebody wants to bring up or talk about in the general meeting. So those two things are filled up. So I'm saying this because while we're on the meeting, I would like you to be on your Notion and just be keying this thing in. Anybody can come towards the Notion and look at it. Modifications can still be made. But the reason is that even though I attend the meeting or I don't attend the meeting, I should know the agenda and I should know the outcomes of those meetings so that if there's anything to be followed up on, I can follow up on it in time and steady, and we don't forget things. So after the agenda, the two things that you will now be filling in during the meetings are the outcomes and the deliverables. What is to be done, who is to do it, and when it should be done. I think that could be more modified. I don't get it. When you look at it, you can modify it and let the team know. But basically what I'm asking for in those two places are the outcome of the meeting, what was discussed. Like today, now that we have chosen a light type, do you understand? And if there's anything to be delivered, like Castro asked Choma to work on making sure the deadline thing is done. So those things should be written under the outcomes and the deliverables of the meeting. That is a deliverable. She's meant to deliver on that by today. So let's have that in the meeting deliverables. And the last part is focused improvement. These are when we have a goal and we're trying to work towards perfecting that goal. So currently, our goal is to make sure the hooks of our videos are better and the thumbnail is better. I'm also supposed to add the video, but we're working on it. So the video quality. I see Misha.
Yes, sir.
Alright. So in this focus improvement, that's the last part of the meeting. This is where we get to discuss what has been learned or could be better. Do you understand? So now I do expect, I've told them the last meeting yesterday, but I do expect them every day to just give us a brief of what they learned about thumbnail and hooks. There's so many videos and there's so many tutorials online. So every day you come, at the end of our meetings, we discuss it. I'm here, I'm not here, let it be discussed. And let's like a summary be dropped on the system. What that does is that consistency over time gets it into our system on how to develop hook instantly, because that's what we have to start doing. We have to now start learning how to develop these things in very fast. We need to, it's something I'm personally learning. We have to learn how to develop these hooks, these topics, and on the video side, when you're editing, you're able to shoot out what you know will keep people retained on the content. So basically, that's how this meeting guide goes. So you look at it later, you can, anyone you don't understand, you can ask me. But from now on, we have to fill it every time we have a meeting, which is Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or anytime we have any meeting that is outside it. Let's just use this template. We're able to monitor it, come back, see what we say we'll do, and if it has been done. And we'll now see if there are things that we're repeatedly saying we're doing and we're not seeing any basic improvement on it. So that's how you will work with this file. So currently, I want to believe our goal is to make quality content skippable to business owners. So generally, that is our goal, to make sure the content is very.
Sorry, please pause. Since when did that become our goal?
Now I'm just about to explain it why. Like, because that's what everybody has been working on basically currently, making sure the content is deep, making sure the video, thumbnails.
I mean, because I feel like okay, just go ahead. Let me hear you on the first. Sorry.
Alright, so back to what I was saying. So I was saying that like currently everybody is currently working towards making the videos better. So in doing that, we have all picked one side of the coin. So Castro is working on the video side with Emmanuel. Emmanuel is working on thumbnail side. We are working on the hooks and deepening the content. I and Choma, basically, and deepening the content and trying to see the kind of resource we're trying to put out. So generally, what that boils to is we're trying to make sure the quality of the content we're pushing out is good. So while doing that, I don't think there should be any other thing disturbing us, like say follower accounts or some other vanity metrics. The metrics we're chasing now is that are people resonating with what we're putting out? Is it clear enough? Is it important to them? And that should be our goal, generally going in terms of creating good, sustainable content that people can come back and look at. Do you understand? And that also boils down to the way we arrange our calendar, making sure they are straightforward and understandable. And when people come up to them, they understand fast what is going on. So basically, that's why I put that as the current goal in terms of where we are getting.
Okay, so I would say I was waiting for you to I was just taking notes on things I would say so I don't forget them when it's time for me to talk. First of all, we arrange Notion to have the whole idea of tasks, deliverables, and all of those, so that it's much more organized and everything down to our meeting minutes. But one, I don't think we can pick every meeting to focus on hooks. That would be very. I would say that would be very. What's that word? I don't really think just focus on hooks might be too much for us to focus on. I feel like if we use, sorry. I feel like, for example, now is if we have 3 meeting days, right? And of those 3 meeting days, for each day we pick something as a main focus and as a side focus. Like we have our normal meetings, right? But now we ask ourselves, okay, this is Tuesday, which is our first meeting of the week. What happened last week? What did you achieve last week? Did these things get better? How can we rate what we have done last week? So maybe we can bring in hooks and say, okay, fine. We figured this out, figured that out. Then I feel it's better. Maybe your next meeting, which is what day is it? It's not Wednesday. Wednesday, we have a theme for Wednesday meetings. We have a theme. I say what I mean the theme is that some things will still be discussed, but that's Wednesday. This is the agenda behind that Wednesday meeting. Although I remember discussing that every meeting we should be having ideas, even though we're not tabling the ideas immediately, but we should be having ideas that makes us feel like we're making progress. Because, for example, is when we're doing things like that where we can now say, okay, fine, you know what, we need a checklist. Okay, you know what, we need this, we need that. I feel it's those ideations that we're supposed to be doing that I think are sort of died down that we need to bring back. Even though, like I said, it's about 2 or 3 ideas. But the point is that if we're doing that, it's going to make our growth intentional. It seems you're about to say something.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I did this as basically like a jump start. I knew that it's not going to fly like this. Even this thing of
How would you say you knew that?
because this thing you just said, we have done it before. Chama Line, when we were generating ideas, we were saying that like maybe on Thursday we pick out a day to talk about a particular thing, remind ourselves, grow it. But like yesterday night, it wasn't just clicking in my head like that. But I said I have to start something generally to ignite where we're going. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We have to have each meeting to be dedicated to some certain
Yeah,
types of
like it should
discussion.
be like every day of the week has a particular theme we're trying to get. Like I said, I believe the first week I to discuss what happened the week before.
Okay.
If you saw a mistake, bring up that mistake. If you saw a problem with the process, let's tackle that process. But the entire idea is that's how I feel we're going to actively improve. There may be
Okay, so let's treat it now. Let's treat
wait,
it
hold
now.
on. So
So
why
let's suggest.
I don't forget? I'm correct. I don't forget what I wrote down. We can treat it, but I don't forget what I wrote down. The second thing was the goal of the content team. The goal of the content. So it's like if we focus on the highest possible goal, right, we'll achieve the ones beneath. So, for example, if you say let's focus on hooks or let's focus on content that are interesting to business owners, we might end up turning into a full-blown entertainment company for business owners. But where I'm going to is if we have that goal of educating business owners, right? If we have that same goal, all of that things will take care of itself under. What that means is if I've created 30 pieces of content and no business owner found it interesting and educating, it means we did something wrong. We need to improve on something, right? That's how I see it. So let's not. We have a goal we are going to, and like for example, if I'm going to Lekki, there's a high chance you either pass Tobinland Bridge or you pass that Yaba axis, the Western Avenue. But the point is that you're still getting to Lekki. You're still going to pass some routes regardless. So that's my point regarding that.
So now, with what you're saying, basically what you're saying is that our goal is still to create quality educational content.
Yes. Now the things of making it interesting can be more of can be a goal of whoever is scripting the content. Can be there. Okay, you know what? Like I said, that's why we have dedicated people. We didn't say Chioma shoot and edit. No. If Emmanuel says that okay, I've seen how to improve my section of the content to make it more interesting, let Emmanuel double down on that. But the key thing is business owners should be able to see our page and say, you know what, I like what these guys are doing. I want to short. I like what they are doing. I want to share what they are doing. Let's see what they have. Let's see how we can move forward.
All right. So my own this thing with that is that like in terms of like saying that they are doing it, but like how do we monitor that they are improving on it?
That is where
How do we suggest
that is
ways
where
for them to improve?
that is where the intentional ideation comes in. That is why I said that if we have teams for our meetings, we can actively tackle those things, knowing that okay, this is a Wednesday meeting. What are we tackling? Let's tackle that first, right? Before we move on to other agendas. So, for example, if we say let's tackle how relatable is our content, obviously we have maybe like a couple of checklists. How relatable was our content last week, right? Now let's trash that topic out. So in that process, we should have gotten, even though it's just one idea, right? Even though it's just one idea, at least that's an intentional effort towards something. So that's how I think.
So Tuesday, what did we do last week? What are we doing this week? That's basically the thing.
Well, I'm still not. I'm like I want to just so that we don't go back. I'm writing the things that we'll go back to. I'm writing them down.
Right.
So the third one was I'm going to rearrange Notion so that Notion has should I say tasks, deliverables, the meeting minutes are much more like in a proper database structure, followed by the map and all that. Then you said you want us to be able to create hooks quickly. The best way to create hooks quickly is to create hooks every day or almost every day. I mean, I'm trying to say almost every day virtually, and that is why I feel like if I to get a content creator, we need to get somebody who stays close to the office. If we are shooting every day or almost if I shoot, I don't see why we can't shoot every day. If we have somebody that's living close to us, along those lines or something. So that's where my line of thinking is going because yeah, that's what I think. That's the way we can that's one way we can create hooks quickly. It's a harsh reality, was a fact. Even when speaking of creating hooks quickly, I'm looking at being able to tell stories as better as possible, being able to craft stories. And on my personal side, I have a personal goal of saying one story per day, even though it's shitty. But the idea is that at some point, I'll get good at it. So if it's a thing where you do once a week, bro, you're only just prolonging how good we're going to get at it. So if you want to say, let's make our hooks very hooky, although me, I'm a firm believer that hooks will get attention quite alright, right? 100%. But the very end is the content, is it relatable? Is it what they would want to share? Did they get something little from it? Did they get a nice did they get something that they would like to share to somebody else? Did they get something that's valuable to them? Like for example, how every business every business should be on Google should be on Google My Business. It makes absolutely no sense that people don't even maximize. The keyword there is it's one thing for it to be on Google My Business, right? It's another thing for you to maximize your presence on Google My Business. So I'm saying this because I've managed physical businesses and I've come to realize that Google My Business is super powerful in that area, but a lot of people heavily underestimate it. So I feel like let's have a plan for getting better at hooks and getting better at storytelling. Because if you can do storytelling, I believe hook. So this is why I said a bigger goal is always be better. If you get very good at telling stories, your hooks automatically will be fixed. So let's get better at telling stories while we are still educating business owners. So I don't know why Chioma left. Azim is network. Then what I wrote down is how people should set up Google My Business for their side hustles. Because mind you, like I said, the side hustle industry in Nigeria is very big. And then if we can help people set up these side hustles, good one. They get tips on how they can set up side hustles. Like for example, this Google My Business for this woman was very very helpful to her. This is something that actually works to her advantage. Let's take it to other businesses. Okay, oh come boy, if you're not on Google My Business, what the fuck are you doing? If you're not maximizing your Google My Business, because for example, when somebody types out supermarket around me, a store that's 3 kilometers away can appear before a store that's what 500 meters away. There are reasons for that. So things like that, I feel like we should bring to business owners. So let's always aim on storytelling and giving value. Right, like giving value through storytelling is what I think we should take a next approach to. So we need a plan for that. So I guess that's it. So let me hear what you have to say. Sorry, I guess I've dropped my mic for now.
Sorry, what's the last one? What's the last one?
The last thing I said was how can we deliver value through storytelling?
Okay. All right. So, you say you handle the meetings part back, so we're done on that for the meetings. And
No, we haven't. No, we have 3 meetings. And you said we should arrange the theme for each meeting.
All right, okay. So now, okay, yeah. So, basically, we are not doing everyday meetings. The goal was to reduce the meetings from and I feel like that was because we didn't have much to do. That's why we're reducing the meetings. But
So
also,
the goal was because we didn't have much to do as a collective whole. The content should have 3 days. The general should have 2 days. Because if you're bringing content and sales team together, it will just be a whole lot for sales team that's just like, okay, what's going on here? But we coming together is a way of cross bringing ideas and everything.
All right. Okay, so for now that we don't have the sales teams, we are sticking to the normal Tuesday. So when a sales team comes, we add the remaining days, which are Mondays.
For general, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. So flatline. So Tuesday, basically, we discuss what was done last week. That's the team. And what we plan to achieve this week.
Okay.
So I think that should be the general. What was done last week? That was what was done.
I post review and plan. So you're reviewing the week before, you're planning the week you are in.
Yeah. And I think for that Tuesday meeting, we should also solve for bottleneck. So why couldn't you achieve this last week? So if there were deliverables that were not met, why did you achieve it, and what do we need to do to let us achieve it going forward? That kind of thing. So those three things should be tackled on that first Tuesday meeting.
All right. Okay.
Then on Wednesday, I think Wednesday should be where we discuss the content in itself. So like I think that's where we all come together and submit topics. So for a personal side, you have said that, oh, this is how you want to put it out. You want to like drop stories every day, whether regardless they are good or not. But I feel like if we have about that's me, you and Choma, let's add pressures 4. If 4 people bring 2 contents on Wednesday that could be thoroughly discussed. So you're bringing the content in terms of you're coming with your facts that this is why you feel like this is a good content, so that it could be criticized. And let's say we take that Wednesday out to do that. We have, let's say we all bring topics. So we have like good content for like the week ahead. Do you think that works? Generally, on this goes to the house. Do you think that works generally? For Wednesday? Because the meetings will be longer, having to discuss all those content. But I feel like us discussing them is where we get to the real value. I mean, if all minds are discussing one topic, obviously it means it will either make sense or not make sense.
Left to me, I feel it's okay. But remember this whole idea of the content matrix that we brought about, give or take on I can't remember the dates, a couple of weeks ago. I'm pretty sure that we have not yet kind of exhausted it yet. So
Okay.
another thing that I've seen that has disturbed me as content is that has disturbed my content is content overload. When you see a list of content that's piled up for you to work on, you can just shut down mentally and say, nope, I'm not going to do this. So I feel like we should have that, but we should have not. So if I thought you are bringing, maybe you are bringing something, it's not because you want to bring, it's because we discovered something somewhere that you feel is urgent. So for example, now is Google My Business now, right? How can you maximize Google My Business for your business? Or Google My Business for side hustles? Google My Business for restaurants, what should you do? Or these kind of businesses must be on Google My Business. Like you get how to find customers using Google My Business or secrets you get. So it's because you saw something somewhere you are bringing, but it's not you're not bringing it for the sake of you are forced to bring. If not, we'll be forced to go out of the way. Mindfully that we already have like a batch of content. If Choma is using the matrix very well.
All right. So that reminds me, I totally forgot about that matrix. So I am not going to lie. So just keep my mind.
Because I'm not entirely sure Choma is using it. I mean, Choma, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, Choma, are you using it?
Yes, I am.
If you say so. Okay, so basically, if you put this whole Google My Business topic through that matrix, it will bring out a lot of things for you. But there has to be a way to introduce it first, but that's bound down to content planning and all. So Wednesdays, let's say we have good topics like this. How do you think we plan those topics out? Do we plan a rollout for those topics? Because I feel like those things count. You introduce something, then because you keep them coming back. You say in the next part of the video, I'm not going to teach you how to do this. Next part of the video, I'm going to teach you why. So do we plan rollouts like that on Wednesdays?
Exactly. So for example, now is we can say, you know what, for this content, for example, for Google My Business now, right? We can say we may not apply the matrix to it because let's have, for example, Google My Business, like, okay, this kind of businesses thrive the most on Google My Business. That's something on its own. How to maximize Google My Business. A story of somebody who maximized Google My Business for her side hustle and she's cashing out big. Something like that. It may just be a thing of 2 or 3 days while dropping a couple of, like a series, basically, right? On Google My Business. So check out for the next episode. dropping this evening. So we'll just quickly rush through that for like a day or two and then switch to a different topic. You get the idea is that if someone wants to know about Google My Business, he goes to a particular section of our page, and from the next maybe the 10 posts around there is around Google My Business.
All right. So we're saying that Wednesdays should be days where we plan out content.
What I wrote here was ideation, so I believe it's the same thing. Ideation, organization.
Ideation is drumming up this thing, because if the ideation has been done, because I'm trying to find the direct purpose of that ideation. Do you understand?
When you use the word ideation, ideation doesn't mean that you are brainstorming anymore. Ideation could be like, okay, we maybe might use the word brainstorm, but no, brainstorm is even worse. It is the ideas are down already. We want to know how we're pushing out the ideas, how we're going to implement, how we're going to execute the idea.
All right. So that means when we meet on Wednesday, we're planning how Sunday to Saturday the next week will go in terms of what kind of thing is dropping and how is it dropping.
Something like that. That is at an overview, at an overview, basically.
Yeah, because the theme should be one line. We come on Wednesday, this is what we're doing. We're looking at this set of content and planning out how they will go out next week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically Wednesday. Does anybody not understand that?
So things like that is what I'm referring to as optimization. How can we optimize for Instagram? How can we optimize for TikTok? What are we learning? Because whether I would like it or not, there would always be a difference.
Yeah. No, generally. So there's on this thing you just said, it works. It makes sense, because yesterday or these past few days, I too have been on the internet looking for like ways to optimize it. So if everybody's doing it, I will come on Friday to discuss it. We can always share ourselves into the team. Everybody picks an app, and Friday will come. We discuss. So I'm down with it. I think that finalizes it.
So I believe those are the themes for the meeting. So I would rearrange Notion to accommodate ideas, deliverables, tasks.